Hey, I build those Vital bike chains. If you're into immersive waxing like I am, I got a couple products to show you to warm up your wax. The first one is by Silca. It's in this fancy red and white and black box. And then the second one is this other item in this brown box. Let's look inside the Silca box first. And it's a very aesthetically pleasing wax warmer. It comes with a plastic lid, which I do recommend using. You never know when something may fall or fly into your wax pot. And make sure you remove these screws before you add wax to your pot. The Silca one does come with a cooling stand, which I'll show you in a minute, but it does not come with an internal bucket. And now here's the cooling stand that I referred to earlier. It comes in two pieces so it fits in the box. And you just take a couple of screws, screw this together, and then you can hang your chain on this after you take it out of the wax. Now let's take a look at the information on the box itself. And on the side here it has some specs. And it's the US and Canadian plug, which is good in case you want to go across the border. And it claims 100 watts power, made in China. And on the front of the box, it does show you the temperature range, 75 to 125 degrees Celsius or centigrade, which equates to about 165 degrees Fahrenheit to 257 degrees Fahrenheit. And now for the brown box, you actually have to take a knife to cut it open rather than open the little cute little flaps. And here we have, I'll call it the more budget-friendly version. It comes with a plastic lid and it comes with an internal bucket. So about these buckets, it does take your wax a little longer to warm up if you use this bucket. However, the benefit is if you want to change waxes or have different buckets for used chains versus new chains, then you simply just buy a couple of these spare buckets. And now, so here's the lid again. Very familiar shape and design. Matter of fact, isn't the warmer a very familiar shape and design? And now for the specs on this warmer. Let's see, it says it goes from 35 to 125 degrees Celsius. It does say the default temperature is 55, so when you turn it on, it goes to 55, and you can adjust it down to 35 if you want. And the Fahrenheit equivalent is 95 degrees to 257 degrees, which is a little bigger window on the cooler end. Over to the specs, it's similar, try and focus here, it's a similar story. It's a 100-watt system. Now, I do carry these because they are digital. I have another set of pots that I use and they're just sort of this analog dial style, and I just want to be able to set a number and leave it. These dial ones, like, you're never really exactly sure the temperature you're gonna get. Now, how do these two pots perform heating up wax? I actually took the same little bucket of wax and heated it up in the Silca one, and then the next day I took that same bucket of wax and heated it up in the other brand, and I basically came up with the same time it takes to melt the wax, to no surprise. To the left here you see another sister pot, and that's the pot I've actually used for about a year now, every day, all day long, and I've never had an issue with it. Now keep in mind, these are wax warmers, these are not wax cookers, so they don't get hot enough to cook your rice. Do not put rice in a wax warmer. Now on to pricing, we'll go on to Silca's website and pull up their warmer. There it is, and we scroll on down, and it's about $100. And yes, the other warmer, the white one, is my brand. I carry it on my site. I also carry the Silca one, but I wanted to have two options. I wanted to have this budget-friendly option around the $40 mark, as well as the Silca one. When I was shopping around to look for a product to carry, I also did look at the Cyclo-Wax version of this. And although it's cheaper, I think it does come with a cooling stand, which they don't show in this picture for some reason. The problem I had was it only comes up to one temperature. It only comes up to 95 degrees Celsius. And I thought if you're gonna buy a warmer, I would want some more flexibility. So for that reason, I was out. Hopefully this gives you some information to what to look for in a warmer, and I'll catch you next time.